A long time ago, in a village named Slana, there lived a landlord named Bin. He has extremely rich, as if wealth was is in clusters, birds, bees, great captains grazing, and he wanted to become even richer. In this greed, he became ruthless and cruel. He used to collect debits from people's very strictly ban care for no one's because of his operations. However, took a loans from his becomes a bankers, but the people had no others options but to take a loans from Bin. He did not just lend monies in Solanos but also in the right boring villagers near Slanas. There was another. Villagers' names Moronas were a poor farmer's name. Stewart lives. Stewart was very hardworking. He used to work hard day and night in his fields and sports his families with his crops. But over time, his daughters Lena's grew up, and for her marriage, he was forced to take a loans from Bin due to poverty and the growing interest. Starts could not repay the loans, the interest keeps increasing like a mountains over time, just like said 15s, 20s. Others people in Ronas had also taken the loans from Vince, but they too were unable to repay it owns. Time for many years to no debits collections was happening in Moronas since this Vince ordered his accountant to go to the village and announced the auctions of all debts, houses, and lands. The accountant immediately reached Moronas, gathers all the debts, and sets in a strict tones.
So, my dear debtors of Morgana, listen to me carefully. If you do not repay your entire debt and interest within 8 days, then your houses and lands will be auctioned. Understood? So, see you in 8 days. See you in 8 days.
Hearing the announcements made by accountants, all the debtors of Moronas were shocked. Why would they collect so much money in just 8 days? Everyone was worried, but Stewart was the most hated. Stewart was poor, but self-respect and honors meant a lot to him. He tried his best to earn money by working hard day and night. Along with working hard, he also doing prayers to God, expecting miracles to happen. But all his efforts failed. After the 7 days passed, the 8 days was about to end, but still no money was arranged. Strout was completely helpless now to escape the humiliations of the next day. He was totally careless as the night becomes darker. His anxiety was increasing, and now he was decided to do one thing, and that is to end his life so that he could avoid the very next day insult. Started working towards to the jungles. In the jungles there was a deep pond where he had decided to jumps and end his life. Stewart was aware about the fact that there was a deep pond in the jungles, but the was ignoring to the fact that there was also a Jeans who lives near the pond. Stewart reached the edge of the pond in the moonlight. The pond was shimmering before dying. He closed his eyes and began praying to God. He sat on his knees and started his prayers. Near the pond there was a big trimming tree on which that jinn used to live. At that moment the jinn was holding on to one's of the branches and swimming, but suddenly hearing a human's voice at night, the jinns got distracted to stop it swimming, looked in the directions of the voice. He saw the humans who was praying and then thought a humans that two alone in such a Dennis and scary forest at night. Something is definitely wrong. Let me go and check what's happening. Stout finished his prayers and was about to jump into the pond when suddenly the jinn appears in front of him, laughing loudly. Sings the jinn.
Who are you? Whoever you are, get out of my way.
The jinns found it strange that his humans was not scared at all. The jinns laughing loudly and said,
Oh, looks like you haven't recognized me. So what? Whether you are a jinn or a ghost, it doesn't matter to me. I have come here to end my life, and I have decided to never come back here. Hearing Stuart's words,
hearing Stewart's words, the jinns louder, even louder.
why do you want to end your life? I really like your idea. If you die and become a ghost, then it would be great for me. But first, tell me, why do you want to end your life?
The jinn kept insisting, so Stewart finally told him the entire stories. After hearing Stewart's stories, the felt extremely happy because after so long, he finally got a chance to travel someone's.
That's it. You are going to end your life for such a small problem. For you, it might be a small problem, but you are a jinn. You never have to worry about anything. Well, now even you don't have to worry. Wait, how's that possible? I will tell you. Wait, but you must not die. Who want to end life when things are okay? You only tell me this. Then it's settled. Come on. I will go to the village with you. And on the way, I will tell you exactly what to do. Ha ha ha!
Stewart set out towards the village with the jinns. The jinns started telling Stewart what to do next. Hearing the jinns' words, Stewart felt better. Now, by the time Stewart reached the village, it was almost morning. Stewart went peacefully to his homes and fell asleep. On the other hand, Ben was convinced that the daughters of Moronas would not be able to repay their loans. That is why he sent his means to actions their humans and lands. After a start snap, Stuarts went to the village landlords, seeing Stewards coming home. The landlord seeing Stewards coming home, the landlords thought that Stewards had come to ask for monies in a while.
Hey, Stuart, I understand the troubles of all of you. But forgive me, Stuart. I do not have such a huge amount to pay off everyone's debt. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, Stuart. Stuart knew well that the village landlord was not that wealthy. That is why Stuart politely said to the landlord, No, no, landlord, sir. I do not want to put you in such a dilemma. I just came to tell you that you must accompany me to the village border. Last night I went to the forest in despair to end my life, but the forest god blessed me and gave me some treasure. I have hidden that treasure outside the village border, under a big tree. Take that wealth and free us all.
Hearing Stewart's words, the landlords, without informing anyone, went with Stewarts to the village porters. As soon as they reached there, the prince who was sitting on the trees entered the landlord's body. The landlord's behavior suddenly changed. He started laughing.
Hey, Jin, don't do anything that might make people suspicious. All right, all right. Let's go back to the village. The auction is about to begin.
And stewards and the landlords reached the village. Bin Mans was already standing in the middle and starting the actions. Meanwhile, the chains inside the landlords was deliberately increasing the price. The land values, house and others properties were all rising in price. All the villagers were astonished as the landlords kept bidding hires and hires, but the happiest persons in the process is Bins and Ismans, who was conductors these actions. He was hoping for a big rewards from Bin. Finally, the actions ended at 10,000 gold coins. The old landed allowance, the purchased all the properties. Bin Man's announcements that Bin himself comes within 2 to 4 days to collect the funds amount. After that, he left the village. All the debits ridden villagers bowed before the landlords and thanks him. Now the jinns had to stay inside the landlords for a few days, otherwise all his hard work would go in vain, and the jinns had to teach Bins lessons too. On the other hand, Bins sent his sons James to Moronas to collect the actions monies. James considers himself very clever. He always boasted in front of his friends. After 2 to 4 days, James reached Moronas and collected the actions monies. The debits was repaired and the landlord received the stamp seals documents from Bins confirming the cleansing of the debits. After spending 1 day as a ghost, James prepares to leave for Slanas. At the moment the jinns inside the landlord spoke to James.
Hey James, do you know that our village has some of the best breeds of goats? Now that you have money and since you are here, you should buy some good goats. Even your father knows about these goats. Seeing them, he will definitely be happy with you. Consider my request, James.
Now, how could James refuse these offers? Moreover, he thought if he buys these goats, his father will be pleased with a business skills. So James agreed and went straight to the markets. Meanwhile, the jinns inside the landlords came out and disguised himself as a merchant. He stood in a corner of the market stores, stood at a little distance, holding his own goats. James roams around the market asking about goats' price.
Finally, he reached Stuart. Stuart quoted a price twice as much as other goats. Hearing this, what? This goat costs so much. Is this the best goat? Just then, Stuart politely replied, Sir, I only sell good goats. But if you want an even better goat, then go to that merchant standing in the corner. He has the best goats. Yes, I'm right. The best of best ones.
James did not waste a second and immediately went to the merchant's eye.
I heard that you have excellent quality goats. I also want a top quality goat.
The jinn disguised as the merchant looks James and then said,
Good. What kind of good? If you want a goat that does exercise, its price will be higher. A goat that does exercise? How's that possible? If you want to see, you must pay 100 gold coins.
James immediately took out hundreds gold coins and gave them to the merchants. The merchants took James to an open space in the markets. Then he brought out a goat. The goat climbs up a tree, spawns round and jumps skillfully. Watching all these, James was amazed. He asked the merchants,
Are you selling this goat? Of course, but its price is 2,000 gold coins. 2,000 gold coins? Can a goat ever be this expensive? If this price scares you, then what will you do when you hear the price of a singing goat? Yes, a singing goat. What? A singing goat? Yes, yes, a singing goat. But if you want to hear it sing, you must pay 400 gold coins. Yes, you heard it right.
James immediately handed over the four coins the traders brought forwards ago and asked it to sing. The goat sang in a very melodious voice, wonderful.
Wonderful, sir. What's the price of this goat? 5,000 gold coins. But I have an even better goat that can both dance and sing. If you give me 1,000 gold coins, you can watch its performance. So tell me, do you want to witness this?
Without thinking twice, James gives the traders 1,000 gold coins. The traders brought forwards another goat. These goats stood on two legs, danced gracefully, and sang in a mesmerizing voice. Seeing this, James was completely astonished.
I want this goat. How much will you sell it for? 10,000 gold coins, sir. Not a single coin less. But I only have 8,500 gold coins left. Please accept this amount and finalize the deal. Give me the goat. Please accept this deal. It's a request.
The merchants refused at first, but after a lot of prayers from James, he finally agrees to the deals. James was very happy. He took the goats and started walking towards his village, Selanas. As soon as James left, the jinns immediately came to start laughing in his own styles.
Stuart, my friend, did you see? I taught that moneylender a lesson. Now he has neither money nor land.
Stewart becomes emotional and sad to the jinns.
All this happened because of you. I just came back from the village landlord with the debt waiver certificate. I have explained everything to the landlord. Now we are all free from debt. You came to help us like God, and that's why this was possible. Not like God. Say like a jinn.
The jinns handed over the bag of gold coins to stewards and said,
Take this. This wealth belongs to the jungle. You and your companions should divide it properly and live a good life. And yes, never put yourself in such a situation again that you have to think of ending your life. All right then. Bye bye.
The jinn flew into the hairs and disappears into the jungle. Stewards distributes the gold coins equally among the villagers. Everyone was very happy. Meanwhile, James buried his father's bins with his goat.
Father, look, I have brought something amazing for you. Just take a look. Father, we will see all that later. First, give me the auction money. We will see all that later.
But just then James stopped Bean and told him the walls were true to hearing everything. Beans was furious. He had his head in anger and shouted like anything.
You fool! Do such coats even exist? No, father. I'm telling the truth. I saw it with my own eyes. If we show this coat to people, we can make a lot of money. If we present it to the king, he will give us any price we ask for. Oh, really? Then first, show me what this goat can do. I will show you right now.
James stood in front of the gods and told to it dance and sings. 2 minutes passed, 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed, but the gods did not move an inch. Now James pinched. He tried making different refused to the gods. The clapped his hands, but still the gods did not move. Seeing these beings, anchors reached at speed. Bin immediately stood up and shouted angrily.
Your goat is not going to dance, you fool! Now you start dancing and singing and tell people to throw money at you. Oh, you fool! Someone made a fool of you and you fell for it, you fool!
At the owns James never brags about himself against and has forbidden he kept that goats in his house from that day forwards been never changed his interest from anyone against.